film geeks? My name is Trevor. Welcome back to my channel. We made it to the last week of the entire year, and it's safe to say it's been a crazy one, but it's also safe to say there's been some great movies, there's been some pretty bad movies, there's been some really surprising movies, and there's been quite a few disappointing movies in 2021, and that's what we're doing today. I'm giving you guys the 10 movies that disappointed me the most in the year of 2021. Join me down below in the comment section, share which 10 movies disappointed you the most. Our list is going to be vastly different. You might even like a lot of these movies on my list. That's okay. That's what's so great about movies. I'm excited to get into this list. It's going to be a little bit of a negative, sour time, but we're going to do it. Come back every day this week. We'll have a top 10 surprising, top 10 worst, top 10 best, and a ranking of all the movies I saw before the week's up. So much to do, such little time. But we're getting into disappointing movies right now. Let's do it. Right at number 10, Netflix, Malcolm and Marie, Zendaya and John David Washington. Just those two alone, I'm expecting a powerhouse performances and a powerhouse movie. We got the performances, but the only thing I truly remember about this movie is that Zendaya, Marie, makes mac and cheese for Malcolm, John David Washington, and she makes the mac and cheese so aggressively. And every time I think about this movie, I just want mac and cheese. That's the only thing I really remember about this movie, and that they say each other's name over and over and over. Malcolm, 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 Marie, Marie, Marie. I've been with my girlfriend for 6 years, and we don't really call each other by our names all that often, and especially not as often as this. That's all I'm going to say. Malcolm and Marie at number 10. I had high hopes, and just it fell through the cracks just a little bit, but now I'm talking about it, I want mac and cheese. Moving on to number 9, A24. I know lots of people that love this movie, and it's going to be The Green Knight. Just didn't do it for me. I'm a big medieval guy, and I love fantasy movies, and I need to go back and rewatch this one. And of these 10 movies, this is the only one I wanted to go and rewatch. But everyone was saying it's the best movie of the year. Everyone was hyping up to believe it's the best movie of the year. I was just bored, and I think I might have been in a weird mindset. It was a really hot day. Maybe I was tired. Maybe lots of things. Great visuals, great performances, but I was just bored. But I really want to go back and rewatch it. And this might be one that turns around and I really do enjoy on a rewatch. Moving on to number 8, Amazon Prime's The Tomorrow War. The reason it's on, it's not that I hated it, it's just that if I was like 13 to 15 years old, I think I would have really loved it a lot more. And it felt like it was trying to be so much more than it really was, trying to have like a really meaningful, impactful story, and people were really liking it. And I went into it, okay, I heard that maybe there's a couple plot twists that you might not see coming. I saw everything coming with flying colors. I mean, I predicted it all before I even watched the movie. It's fine. Just a little bit disappointed. And like I said, I feel like if my 13 to 15-year-old self watched this, like the guy who loved all the Transformers movies with his whole heart, I'd really enjoy it. I just didn't really enjoy it all that much. And The Tomorrow War, it's fine. Just a little bit disappointed. Moving on to number 7. This has the most dislikes on any video on my channel. Godzilla vs. Kong. I by no means hate this movie, but I by no means really like this movie. It's just right there in the middle. It's okay. They go on this 40-minute adventure for Kong to go get a weapon, and they're very rarely on the screen at the same time. And if they are, it's really poorly done action. And I keep getting sucked into this monsterverse for whatever reason, and I keep getting disappointed by these movies. Godzilla vs. Kong had monstrous expectations, and it's safe to say it disappointed on almost every level. Moving on to number 6, I'm a big fan of the first 2 movies inside this trilogy, but it's going to be The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. The big thing here is James Wan was not back to direct this movie, and it wasn't all that scary, but the trailer itself made it seem it was going to be this really compelling court case. But this is one of the most boring horror movies I've seen, one of the most boring movies I've seen this year. I was watching it, I was expecting to be scared, I was expecting to be in that Conjuring vibe, at least the Conjuring universe vibe. It just felt like the black sheep of the Conjuring movies. Not one I'm ever going to want to rewatch again. I had high hopes for it. I think it was on my most anticipated summer movies list, and it fell through the cracks. Never really want to talk about it again. We're going into the top 5. We have a Marvel movie. Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage. Now, I'm a mediocre fan of the first Venom, while knowing the first Venom isn't all that good. This one looked like it was better, looked more promising. We have Woody Harrelson in there, we have Andy Serkis directing, and it's an hour and a half. It's crammed down, and it's more of the same from the first movie. Just this one, Eddie and Venom are fighting the whole time, and I thought they'd be better off because they had the end of the last movie is like a good relationship. And this one, they're just fighting the whole time, and when the movie feel like it's just getting going and finding its rhythm, it ends. And when literally the movie ended, I was like, that was a waste of time. And the whole post-credit scene was okay. It really didn't really lead to anything. I don't think we're gonna see Venom really any time in the MCU. Venom Let There Be Carnage, it's disappointing. I want to see Tom Hardy give an Oscar-worthy performance yet again. He's doing Venom movies, he's making some money, but Venom 2 Let There Be Carnage, not for me. Moving on to number 4, going all the way back to January. This was on my top 10 most anticipated movies list, and it's going to be The Little Things. Denzel Washington, Rami Malek, and Jared Leto. We expected a lot with it, and it's one of the most anticlimactic movies I've seen this year. I also watched this in the middle of Sundance, so I was excited to get a different change of pace, a different way from a festival movie, for a movie I'm really excited for. And this is not one of the most disappointing movies of the year. It might be one of the most disappointing movies ever because you have such a rock star cast. Denzel, Rami Malek, Jared Leto, 3 Academy Award winners. You're expecting something big and a good twist, and you just don't get it. And Jared Leto is the best part about this movie, but he's barely in the movie. When you get around to the big twist at the end, it's not there. It's just not there, and it came out in January, and I see why. But it was on my top 10 anticipated list, and, well, kind of upset about it. Moving into our top 3, Pixar's Luca at number 3. And while I enjoy this movie, I think it's cute, I was so excited for it because I'm a diehard Pixar fan, I'm a diehard animation fan. Silencio Bruno! I wanted so much more from this, and I feel like we just didn't get it all. And by the end of the movie, the last 30 minutes, I really started to get like that Pixar magic, but the first hour just really didn't have it. The whole premise of the story is really these kids trying to go and get a Vespa. I felt like they really went hard to go win the Vespa, but like, it wasn't really about it. And they're like, oh, it's a coming of age movie, coming of age story that just fell through the cracks for me. I really wanted to love Luca, and while I liked it because of the last 30 minutes alone, it packs that emotional punch, the first hours kind of fell all over the place, something we've seen before, and there was never really a repercussion for the character of Luca. Everything kind of just kept happening and happening. He was kind of getting away with it scot-free. Wanted to love it. I thought I had a chance to be a top 3 Pixar movie, and it's a lower tier Pixar for me. Head into our runner-up, number 2, F9, Fast and Furious 9. This is one of the most absurd movies I've seen this year, and I was gonna make the worst list, but there's a lot more worse movies I've seen than F9. I was at least entertained, and I'm a big defender of the Fast and Furious movies, and I love these movies, but I mean, this is just so over the top, and this one takes itself incredibly seriously. Like, the character of Roman literally gets a tank that like falls on top of him. He just walks out like nothing happened. Dude, you'd be dead. I mean, you'd be dead. Let's take it a little more seriously than we are. And the whole Jacob being Dom's brother thing did not pack the emotional punch that it wanted to. I like to see John Cena in there. I think John Cena was the best part of the movie, but F9 at number 2. But at number 1 is going to be Eternals. This is one of the biggest disappointments in my life of seeing a movie. So excited for it, just excited to see this new world with a great director and a fantastic cast, for a movie just to completely misfire for me, which is never a good thing when you're talking about the MCU. I felt like it was completely unwarranted, and I felt like it shouldn't have been a movie. It should have been a series, and each episode kind of gave us a little bit more about each character. I felt like they tried to cram so much character depth into this movie, and we just didn't really get any of it. Seemingly, it fell through the cracks. I wanted so much more, and we just didn't get it, and I don't know if we're going to get Eternals 2, but if we do, I will watch it. But Eternals is the most disappointed I was by a movie in 2021. That's going to do it for this ranking. Come back tomorrow for top 10 surprises, and then the best, and then the worst. All that coming later this week. Let me know your guys' ranking down below in the comment section. Which of these you agree with, which ones you don't. If you guys made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Hit the thumbs up button for me, and also hit the subscribe button for me. So many more videos coming this week. I'm so excited for all of it. Also, Book of Boba Fett on Wednesday. Cannot wait. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.